Atalanta 0. Atalanta down to 10 men after just 17 minutes. Freuler given a straight red card, and then a brilliant goal from Mendy would see Real Madrid take the advantage into the second leg. Well, let's welcome to the show, shall we? Gab Marcotti, Frank Leboeuf and Ali Moreno. Ali, let's start with you. The big talking point, red card or not?
Not a red card. 100% not a red card. And when you say the big talking point, it's really the only talking point in this game. There was nothing going on before or after that. And to be quite honest with you, it's a decision that changes the dynamic of this particular game, but it changes the whole picture of what this series may have looked like. It was never a red card. The touch by Ferland Mendy takes him into a wider area. Yes, Remo Freuler gets there late. Yes, it's a foul. Yes, it's a yellow card. Nobody's arguing that. But never, never, never a red card. As that touch goes into wider area, by then it's no longer a clear goal scoring opportunity that allows defenders to come across as well. Not a chance for me that that's a red card.
Frank?
Completely agree with Ali. On top of it, he's not even the last defender. Romero is covering him. A little bit wide, but he's still covering him. So it shouldn't be a red card. And but, well, we can all agree on one thing. I don't know what Freuler does and wants to do. There is a clear foul for sure, but again, a yellow card because the ball goes wide, doesn't go towards the goal, and he has no chance to shoot after. He has to cross. So no red card.
Surprisingly, as the only Italian on the panel, you thought it was a red card, Gab?
No, I didn't. Funnily enough, I can see how ultimately this is a judgment call, right? You're getting, when we talk about denial of goal scoring opportunities, it's not like the offside. It's you got to weigh up a whole bunch of factors. I think Ali and Frank did an eloquent job at weighing up those factors there. The touch and the speed at which he takes the touch just takes it so far away that it's not a denial of goal scoring opportunity. However, it's still an interpretation, and I assume this is why the VAR looked at it, communicated with referee. Referee said no. I had a clear look. Nein danke, German referee, and and VAR felt okay. Well, even if you look at it again, you're not going to change your mind, so we're not going to ask you to look at it again.
Craig Burley.
Disagree on all three. Red card, and I'll tell you why. One, it's a foul, clearly. Two, he still has a control of the ball, even though it's a little bit away from him, it's not 2 yards away. Three, I disagree with Frank. There is no defender getting across to make any sort of challenge, so there's no covering defender. And four, at the speed he's running at, even though he pushes it a little bit wide, he's going to have a clear strike at goal from 8 or 9 yards. And we checked this with Pete Walton, just to back it up, and he said the 4 points for a denial: distance to the goal, which is short; covering defenders, none; direction of play. Now that's the argument. You could say, but I think somebody said he'd gone wide. He didn't go to the corner flag. And is he in control of the ball? And the answer is yes. So just because he shoved it a little bit to the left doesn't mean he's not going to get a strikeaway on the goal. And I think it was crystal clear when they looked at it on VAR and said, well, actually, and Gab's right, it's subjective, but he's going to get a strike away. So just because
he may get a strike on goal, but that is not a clear goal scoring opportunity. Just because you're getting a strike on goal doesn't mean that it's a clear goal scoring opportunity.
From 10 yards it is.
I honestly feel like Mendy does take a touch. He's away from the defender, but his touch is taking him away from the place that he's going towards, which is goal. And so therefore, by definition, it feels like his touch is denying himself that goal-scoring opportunity.
Mendy's taking a touch and he's going to take a strike at goal from inside the penalty area, right? He's not going to take a strike from the left-hand side of the penalty area. He's going to take a strike from an angle that's slightly wider. Now, if you're taking a strike from that angle in normal play, you would say that's a really good goal-scoring opportunity, right? It's not on the touchline. It's not on the byline. It's not going to go out for a goal kick. He's going to get there and he's going to get a strike at goal. right, from a decent position, what I would describe a more than decent position. It's not straight in front of goal, I understand that, but it's still in a position where elite footballers would consider a very good opportunity. And I think that's when the referees looked at it, that's his interpretation, and I think when VAR's looked at it, that's their interpretation. So I have absolutely, and Pete Walton is of that opinion as well. That doesn't mean it's right, but I'm the opinion that it's not. I don't really see too many issues with the red card.
Frank has his hand up like we're at school. Frank?
No, because I want to be able to leave Craig exposing what he wants to expose. But I'm sorry again, Craig, and even I can name Mr. Capello, who just has said after the game that Freuler wasn't the last defender. And you have Romero, and he lifts his hand up after the foul, and he say, "Oh, I'm the last defender," and he was covering. He was almost on the penalty spot. And you should look at the pictures and the video where you can see Romero being between Freuler, Mendy, and the goalkeeper. So therefore, you know, as long as you have somebody covering, you can't give a red card.
The last defender is not part of the law. It is denying a goal-scoring opportunity, which I think that this was. So I'm happy with the red card. I don't have an issue with it. Yeah, he was going a little bit wider, but in my opinion, he was going to get a clear strike from what I would consider a good opportunity, and so therefore I have no issue whatsoever with the red card.
Gab, how are they taking this in Italy? Well, I imagine.
No, I mean, I think, look, I think a lot of people said there's scope for Craig's interpretation. But obviously the majority of people undoubtedly side with Frank and Ali and me. I think the biggest shame, I mean, I think you still say Freuler's responsible because you foul somebody in that way, in that situation. You do put yourself at risk of this very strict interpretation. And from the neutrals' perspective, obviously it stinks because, as Ali said earlier, very little happened after that incident, in part because it blunted Atalanta. Now, obviously, referee's not going to take that into account, nor should he take that into account. But I think that is that's the biggest regret.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.